Hello bro, my name is John and in this video you're going to learn about a potential new productivity saving tip that's going to make your development life much easier. In this video we're going to look at a program called DevToys. Now DevToys is fairly new. It claims it's the Swiss Army knife of development with over 27 useful features that development uses, blah 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 blah. Now that's the blurb. What we're going to do in this video is go through some of those features. I'm going to show you some of the alternatives, the go-to tools that I use, and then at the end you can figure out if this is something for you. Did I mention it's completely free, so you've got nothing to lose. So if you want to learn about a potentially useful tool that's going to save you some time, you know this is the video for you. So if you haven't come across my videos before, what are you playing at? My name is John. You should smash the subscribe button. If you don't do it, your hair might fall out. I do weekly YouTube videos on development productivity, basically tips on you becoming the best developer you can be. So you know the drill. Assume we've done that, let's fire open the DevToys and have a look at what capabilities it can offer us. To get started with DevToys, you'll need to install it, and you can install it via the Windows Store. You can also get it from its website. So go to Google, type in DevToys, or in your browser just go to devtoys.app directly. You'll see this slick looking website where you can be told about the 21 plus Swiss Army knife, free open source and offline access. So come over here, download it, and then let's see what capabilities we get. I have fired up the DevToys, and this is the welcome screen that you'll be presented with. Now the first thing which struck me with DevToys when I opened it up is that the interface is really sleek. I think it's a really good looking program, especially for free. So kudos to the designer. Now, actually knowing where to access the tool can be a bit overwhelming with just a big list. This is why that on the left hand side, pass the tools on the left hand side. Yes, I am available for reggae singing if you need me. So far, 0 people have contacted me though. Odd. On the left hand side, we have all the tools broken down to categories, so it's a bit easier to find things. So we have converters, encoders, formatters, the generator, text, image. So let's go through some of these capabilities. So first and foremost, we've got the JSON to YAML. So all we need to do is paste in some JSON, and then we get the YAML on the Alps on the other side. We can change the formatting, and as you can see, we have easy access to do like copy and pasting. And we also have, like on pretty much all of these tools and all these screens, we always have really good paste and copy. We can also have the same conversion ability for numbered base. So if we want to go from hex to decimal to octal to binary, we have all of that good stuff. Now we also have the ability to do HTML encoding and decoding. So at the top you can see that we've got the decoded version, and at the bottom we've got encoded, and simply clicking on this encode decode flag, it's going to switch around. I can then add in more stuffs. You get the gist. We also have the copy and paste, so it makes life easy. So we have pretty much the same capabilities for URLs, base64, gzip, and JWT. Now in terms of formatters, we have the JSON formatter. So as you can see, I've got in some pretty funky JSON here, and as long as it's valid, it's going to give you a nice looking output on the right hand side. And again, we have copy, paste, beautiful. We have the same capabilities for SQL and the same capabilities for XML. We also have the ability to generate some stuffs. So we can have a hash generator. So just type in a key, and we're going to get the MD5s, the SHAs, the SHA-1, the SHA-256, and the SHA-512. And again, we have nice copy and pastes. We can change this from hex to base64. So we've got all of that kind of stuff. One which I find really useful is the GUID or the UUID converter. If you do epi-server development, this can be really handy. So yeah, we can generate some unique IDs, copy paste it, and we have some options about how they're structured as well. Now we also have the ability to create lorem ipsum dummy text. So if you're creating websites, this is really handy. We can change things from paragraph to sentences to words, and we also have the ability to define how many things are going to get created. Now underneath here, we also have the ability to do a checksum generator. yeah, if you need to do checks, I've never needed to do a checksum generator, but if you need to do one, it's in our Swiss Army knife. Now we also have a load of text options. So as you can see here, I've got some dummy text, and clicking at the top we can change it from original to sentence case to lowercase to uppercase to camel case to snake case to kebab case. Get it? Kebab from the kebab shop. You can even have a train case. I didn't even know that train case was a thing. Or we can even have talk like the leet, yeah, with alternating case. So yeah, this is really handy. And to be fair, I joke around it, but I do this kind of stuff, copying from Word documents, PDFs, PowerPoints. Yeah, I do this kind of stuff all the time, and this is probably the #1 feature that I use. We also have a regex tester. I'm useless at regex, hold hands up. I only have to do it like once every year or something. So whenever I create a regex, I definitely need to test them out. So as you can see here, we've got the regex expression, blah, blah, blah. We've also got the ability to preview Markdown. So as we're writing, we can start adding in stuff. Yeah, so if you're doing your readmes and you need some type of viewer, this can allow you to basically see what your Markdown readme is going to look like in the GitHubs. Then finally, we have the options to do colorblind simulator. I think this is pretty cool. This is actually something I've never really thought about doing before, even though I've been making websites for 20 years. As you can see, I've uploaded this image from Azure. It's quite interesting because we get the tritonopia simulation, we get the duoaniopia simulation, and we have the protanopia situation. And yes, I know what you're thinking. If you need colorblindness expertise, I'm here. I've got a doctorate in it. No, but this is actually super useful, and I think I'll be using this tool a lot more. Yeah, it's cool. We've got the ability to view stuff in a browser. Yeah, I like this. And then finally, we have a JPEG and a PNG converter, so we can convert formats. And we also have a way of compressing it. The first time that I fired up the DevToys, I was really impressed with the capabilities. However, if I'm honest, I was very skeptical if I'd actually ever use a tool. Now, the reason for this is because the capabilities it provides are things that I do once in a blue moon. So maybe once a week, once a fortnight, some of them maybe only once, twice a year. And I've got into such a habit of when I need to do these things, just basically fire and open a browser, typing in what I want, and then using an online tool. That completely changed though when I found out that you could use the DevToys with the command prompts. And using a bit of magicry, we can actually do things that are really productive. So let's have a look at how we do that. Now, if I'm honest, the commands to use DevToys is a bit painful. So we do start DevToys : tool, and then equals, and then we put in the capability or the program we want to launch. So let's say we want to do the UUID generator. Now, the lorem ipsum one is a bit longer, if I'm honest. And if you want to know the list of all the commands, you can head over to the DevToys GitHub. So GitHub/VELER DevToys. Scroll down the README, you can see using PowerShell, and we have all of these capabilities here. So, gzip, lorem ipsum, JSON formatter, you get the gist. So, typing in this long ass command isn't going to work for me. So this is where we can use PowerShell aliases to make life much easier. So I've set up a few. So first, if I want to generate a GUID, I can just type in GUID, click on generate GUID, click on copy, and boom, off I go. Now for me, this is where the really useful thing about DevToys comes in, is that when we're all working in our flow state, we don't want to have to go from our Visual Studio to then open up Chrome to then start doing some tipping, tapping, and some searching. If I can just fire things up without really thinking about it, I can carry on focusing on the actual interesting thing of actually solving hard problems. So I've set up a few aliases. You've seen the UUID one. I've also got one for the regex, so I can fire that one up. And I've also got one for the lorem. So if you want to do this yourself, and if you use DevToys, 100% recommend that you should. What we need to do is basically edit our PowerShell profile. So we can do that using this command. And before we get on to the actual command, this command is available within a gist, within a related tutorial, which you can find in the description. So instead of trying to copy this off screen, and I will kind of shout it out, it will be much easier for you to use that tutorial and do a bit of copy and pasting. So the command you need to do is Notepad, open Notepad, and then you just want to do parentheses, parentheses, split dash path, dollar profile, dash parent, parentheses, plus sign, double quotes, profile.ps1, double quotes, parentheses. So yeah, doing all of that will either create you a new PowerShell profile or it's going to open up an existing one. So as you can see, we've got my PowerShell profile here. And if I scroll in, you can see that creating an alias is super simple. You basically define a function. The function name is going to be the alias. So as you can see here, we've got GUIDs, lorem, and regex are the aliases. And then in here, we just do that command. So start DevToys, blah, blah, blah. You get the gist. But yeah, so I think this is a killer feature of this piece of software, is that being able to fire up and get a GUID or some lorem ipsum text, and I don't have to leave Visual Studio Code. That is amazing for me, and I 100% recommend this tooling. DevToys has only been out for a short amount of time. However, I've been doing development for many years. I've got a lot of go-to tools that I normally use. So I thought I'd finish up the video quickly going over the tools that I've been using historically. Some of these are probably more feature-rich than the ones provided by DevToys. So, hopefully you'll find something of use here. And after all, that's the aim of the channel, is to make you more productive and the best developer you can be. And having the right tools in your toolbox is a key step towards that. So the first tool, if you want to create a GUID or UUID, head over to a GUID generator in a browser, click to generate some GUIDs, copy to paste clipboard, boom, off we go, we have it copied. Now, if you want to do any type of file manipulation, so resizing, that kind of stuff, the tool that I recommend you check out is Faststone Photo Resizer. So as you can see here, it's free. Head over to the faststone.org, fsresizerdetail.htm. Just type in Faststone Resizer into Google. But as you can see here, we've got loads of capabilities. So I've got an example of the tool here. I pretty much use this every week for my website. So what we can do is batch images or loads of images. We can put them all onto the right hand side, and then we have some advanced options. So you can decide a bulk resize option, if you want to rotate or flip things, if you want to add in a canvas, say you give it a drop shadow, give it a watermark, add in some text. So as you can see, if you're doing lots of image manipulation, this is a much better tool. This is the one that I would always use over the one from DevToys. Now the next one I'm going to talk about is WinMerge. So DevToys has that file comparison tool. Obviously, in a lot of times we need to do merges, file or folder comparisons. WinMerge is a free tool. It's available from the Scootersoft website. So if you head over to the Scootersoft, oh no, it's not winmerge.org, sorry. So winmerge.org, you'll see this beautiful yellow thing. Install it. One of the nice things about this as well is that you'll also get access to your merge tool from the context menu. So as you can see here, WinMerge. It's got a lot more capabilities. It's free, so I recommend that you use this over the DevToys version. Alternatively, a lot of the things that we were just looking at, if you weren't aware, you can also do within the Visual Studio Code itself. So let's say you're in a HTML document. If you just type in lorem, hit enter. Visual Studio is going to do the rest thanks to Emmet. We can also do the same with the Markdown. So as you can see, I've got some beautiful Markdown. If you install the Markdown Preview Enhanced plugin, which is available from the Marketplace extension, you can get exactly the same capability as you do in DevToys. So again, because I don't like to jump out of DevToys too much, I would probably favor this one over the one from DevToys. However, the choice is yours. You might not even use Visual Studio. And that covers the power of the developer Swiss Army knife. Now, personally, I was really impressed with this tool. I know it's brand new out, so I thought I'd do this video because there's probably not that many people who are aware of it, but it's free. Give it a go. There's definitely going to be some sort of capability there which is going to meet a need of yours, and if it can make you a little bit productive, then this was a valuable use of your time. Now, this video is slightly different to the ones I've been doing recently, so if you enjoy me reviewing different products, teaching you about different ways of being more productive, let me know by hitting the like button. Hitting like basically means that I will do more type of this content if it's your thing. Now, again, if you're watching it this far into the video, this must mean that you like this video, and I know that most of you don't hit the subscribe button, so don't be an absolute dingbat. Hit that subscribe button so you can become the best developer you can be, yeah. Also, if you want to do me a solid, yeah, just hit like button. Now, I hope you found some value from this. If there's any tools that you want me to review or look into, please let me know with a comment below. Otherwise, I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are, and happy coding, people.